Justice Emeka Nwite of the Federal High Court in Abuja has granted the application of the Department of State Services to protect the identity of the witnesses giving evidence in the trial of the 5 persons charged for the June 5, 2022 attack at St. Francis Xavier Catholic Church, Owo, in Ondo State. More than 40 worshippers died in that attack. At the commencement of trial in Abuja, the DSS, in a counter affidavit to the defendant's bail application, raised concerns about the defendant's capacity to interfere with prosecution witnesses if granted bail, giving the alleged antecedent and propensity of violence.
5 defendants, arraigned on the 11th of August 2025 on a 9-count terrorism charge, walk into the courtroom for the commencement of trial, having pleaded not guilty to the charges. With the announcement of appearances, the prosecutor seeks the permission of the court for a short adjournment to enable Ayodeji Adedipe, a senior advocate of Nigeria, to take over the case. He equally applied for the shielding of witnesses in order to protect their identity. The defense counsel, on his part, moved a bail application on behalf of the defendants, which was opposed by the prosecutor. In opposing the bail application, the DSS stated that the offenses for which the defendants are standing trial are very serious, attracting capital punishment if convicted. It added that the defendants are standing trial for acts of terrorism, which led to the death of about 40 persons and caused grievous injury to over 100 worshippers at St. Francis Xavier Catholic Church, Owo, Ondo State, on the 5th of June 2022. The DSS disclosed that it is currently investigating leads with a view to apprehending individuals planning to intimidate witnesses and compromise the trial in the interest of the applicants. In a brief ruling, Justice Nwite granted the application of the DSS to protect the identity of the witnesses and adjourns ruling on the bail application to the 10th of September 2025. Outside the court, the prosecutor clears the air on the trial of the suspects.
There's been a misconception that we charge them to court because of a fundamental rights suit. And I'm here to categorically state that that information is false. There is no such fundamental rights suit anywhere. What the DSS has done was to do an intensive investigation. You don't charge people to court without sufficient evidence to sustain those charges. The DG of the DSS, who is a man that values and respects the rule of law, the man has said to the team, make sure that this investigation is being carried out judiciously. Make sure that all the stones are unturned to find out if these people are actually the ones that committed this offense. And for us to have come to court is because we believe we have sufficient evidence to sustain these charges.
He also speaks on the reason for opposing the bail application.
We know the nature of this matter is a very serious case. So when we have witnesses in such cases, the protection of those witnesses is our paramount concern. So we need to be sure that our witnesses are protected at all costs.
How many witnesses do you have?
At the moment, we have about 6, but as the case goes on, we'll see whether we need to bring more witnesses. When you look at the nature of the offenses that the defendants have been accused of, these people have been accused of belonging to a foreign terrorist organization. Let's protect our country. First of all, we need to be Nigerians before we talk about rights. So when people go about being accused of killing over 40 people that went worshipping, you cannot just allow them to roam the street. We need to protect our country. That is why we have said they shouldn't be granted bail, because we don't know the length that they may have access to. That's why we have just said no for now. Let them remain in our custody.
Welfare of the defendants is addressed by the defense counsel.
No. That's what I asked them. Are you maltreated? They said no. Oh, I'm so lovely about that.
The 5 defendants are standing trial over their alleged involvement in the June 5, 2022 attack at the St. Francis Xavier Catholic Church, Owo, Ondo State, which claimed 40 lives.